That's the criteria that people that are buying into this theory that we're going to trade this man. That's the thing. And that's the thing that I will combat against and speak back against and disagree with vehemently, is that the Raiders are going to be that level of bad that we would make sense for them. Because I'm with you. If we're that bad, then yeah, trade his ass and fire a whole bunch of people. Like I totally agree. But the idea that that's going to happen. And I also, as a fan of this team, will refuse and oppose that level of thinking, considering the optimism that we have gone into this offseason coming out of the end of last year. I mean, I was at this Antonio Pierce's first game against the New York Giants, and I was at his last game against the Denver Broncos. And that energy in Allegiant Stadium is different.
I'm sorry, Cool Kev. I'm not trying to speak it into existence. I just think about the future, and I'm afraid of everything. I go through the worst scenarios instead of the good scenarios. That's my apologies.
All right. Easy with that shit. And it's not there.
I try.
The energy behind Antonio Pierce, the energy in Allegiant Stadium, the energy with the team is completely different. This was my whole point about the national media folks that aren't invested and educated and aware of what's gone on. I've seen it firsthand, been there in it, and I'm just a fan. But the tailgates, the games, everything is different now than it was. That is not going to stop this year. That momentum that we ended with last year is going to carry in to this year. When you look at the Raiders of 2023, there are two different football teams. There is the 8 games with Josh McDaniels and the 9 games with Antonio Pierce, and they are so completely different. When you look at the productivity on offense that we had, so completely different. When you looked at the defensive buy-in, so completely different. When you looked at the individual performances on said defense, completely different. These are two separate football teams. That 9-game team from 2023 isn't going to stop going into 2024. So it's going to lead to a certain level of success. Am I sitting here telling you they're going to win the AFC West? No, but are they going to be so bad that they're going to be in a position where they're going to want to trade away the best player on offense? That's asinine. Hell no, it ain't going to be like that. You think we're going to lose the freaking Chargers, the Broncos, or any of the first 8 teams that we play? No. You think we're going to lose the goddamn Bo Nix? No. It's not going to happen.
Aaron Rodgers talking, all that stuff and the trolling and, and Davante.
Tony Shepard says that Murf was at the Crab Fest for AP's second speech. 100% I was. His first speech was his freaking introductory press conference, and the second speech was the one I was there at when he spoke to the Bolitnikovs. And the entire room, this is a room full of Hall of Famers. You got guys, you got Super Bowl MVPs like Jim Plunkett and Fred Bolitnikov and the great Lincoln Kennedy and all these amazing players and families and members of the most, talk about the inner circle of the Raiders, standing up and standing ovations for what Antonio Pierce had to say. I'm telling y'all, it's different. This shit is different. It's not that same carnival. This isn't the same failure the Raiders have been in the past, man. And you know what? And I will eat these words, bookmark this shit, screenshot it, freaking take pictures, do whatever the hell y'all want to do, and shove it back in my face freaking 2 months from now. Because I promise you that or 3 months from now, this damn football team is not going to be that bad to trade away Davante Adams. That man is going to finish this season in silver and black, hopefully with a positive record.
Well, yeah,
hopefully with a playoff appearance, hopefully with at least a playoff win, and then they're going to freaking restructure his contract next season. That's the way that this thing is going to play out. Book that shit.
I love it.